Okay, today we have Peter Parker, aka Spider-Man, versus the Flash, Barry Allen. Yeah, this is not going to be a good one. Now, for some reason, a lot of people like this fight. I have no idea why. But let's get into who I believe would win this fight. Now, like I said earlier, a lot of people like to do this fight just because of the many amalgams you can do. Um, yeah, Spider-Man Flash. Um, so let's get started on who I think would win in a fight between the Flash and Spider. Right. So who's physically superior? Well, it's Spider-Man, obviously. He's stronger than Barry. He's like in strength, he's stronger. Barry at the most is peak human, or even around peak human, or around like Captain America or Batman's level. Maybe even lower than I guess Daredevil or Moon Knight in terms of strength. So strength goes to Spider-Man. The Flash is faster on the other hand, though speed really wouldn't be that big of an issue. Let me explain why. Spider-Man has fought speedsters before. He's fought Speed Demon numerous times and defeated him. Though we all can agree, Speed Demon is nowhere near the Flash's level of speed. But Spider-Man has also been able to hit Silver Surfer. Silver Surfer being just as fast, if not even slightly faster than Flash. Not to mention, he's more agile than Flash, so speed, while Barry is definitely faster, it's not like the key point that a lot of people say. I think that's the problem when a lot of people do Flash fights. They always acknowledge, well, Barry is much faster than this one guy, and speed should instantly be the key factor. That's how fights work. If you ever see a fight with Barry Allen, or even review fights, speed is not the way Barry just typically wins. It is one of the way he wins, but in a fight with like Gorilla Grodd or Mr. Element, he doesn't use just solely on speed. Because then, why does he typically get tagged by Captain Cold or Captain Boomerang? This is the problem a lot of people don't know. Just because Barry is faster does not mean he's just gonna win. So, there are other factors that win, like fighting ability, strength, like I just mentioned, or even intelligence. Who's more durable? It's Spider-Man. Spider-Man. Barry can heal, but Spider-Man can take on beatings from Morlun, who is arguably the strongest Marvel character villain. And Spider-Man has stated that when Morlun hits him, he says it actually hurts more than he fights the Hulk. So essentially speaking, Morlun technically hits harder than Hulk. I don't think Barry Allen has ever encountered a villain that hits him harder than the strongest character in the DC universe. You can make an argument for like Antimatter or Darkseid, but not those characters. There's no Flash villain that's like Morlun. The closest we have is Black Flash or Black Racer, but those characters are nowhere near Morlun in terms of strength. Spider-Man is a much better fighter. No question about that. And also, I'm actually making he's more intelligent than Barry Allen. Here's the thing, Spider-Man, even if he likes to joke around, typically doesn't make the same mistakes Barry Allen does in the comics. You know, when typically Barry does hold back because he doesn't want to straight up kill people, but Spider-Man is a more effective fighter. I'd actually say Spider-Man is more willing to kill than the Flash, just because there are more villains that died and had him more involved. Like the Death of Green Goblin or Dr. Octopus, he wasn't morally involved in their deaths, technically. Like before Dr. Octopus became the superior Spider-Man, Spider-Man technically killed him by the many beatings they both fought. And same with Green Goblin. It's just that Flash typically, when real he fights, typically come back. So is Spider-Man though. Spider-Man has a more darker streak, so he will not hold back against the Flash at all. No, not even close. I'd see Barry holding back a lot more than Spider-Man. So, who wins this fight? Those lightning stuff that Barry Allen does aren't going to do anything because Spider-Man's fought Shocker and Electro many times. His speed, like I mentioned before, would not be a problem. His infinite mass punch could potentially be a problem, but I think the thing is, because of Spider-Man's fights with Morlun or Lizard, kind of gives you the thing. It kind of gives me the way that I don't think Spider-Man would ever be even hurted by an infinite mass punch. I don't involve time travel. Barry Allen technically can't time travel. He needs the cosmic treadmill. So you can't say, oh, Barry can just go back in time and erase him from existence. No, that's Reverse Flash. This is not Reverse Flash versus Spider-Man. This is the Flash versus Spider-Man. So who wins this fight? I have to go with Spider-Man. Simple as that. Spider-Man, Spider-Man has just fought more people that are more powerful or better than the people Flash typically fights. Like, what I mean by that is that the Flash typically goes up against, the Rogues, Reverse Flash, Abracadabra, or Gorilla Grodd. But aside from those, Barry has been tagged by all of them. Spider-Man typically gives his villains a really hard time. Because he's constantly faster and dodging all of their attacks. So I'd see Spider-Man is just way too much for Barry Allen in this case. It's a curb stomp. Now, I know people are going to be mad at me saying, oh, Flash would just instantly stomp. I have to be real here. Spider-Man, speed is not the factor that Flash will win this fight. That is not his advantage. What is his advantage is, could he beat Spider-Man before Spider-Man starts using all of his stuff? The answer could be yes, but it's more likely going to be no. Because remember, there's even a comic where Captain Cold says, when he uses his ice force field around Barry the Flash, and he says that you can break over here and stop my hand from pulling the trigger on you, but I'm putting a force field like old times. That is the thing. The thing is, Spider-Man has fought people like the Flash. In fact, I actually am gonna say Flash has a huge disadvantage. He's never fought somebody like Spider-Man. The closest you can say for Spider-Man in the DC universe are like Green Lantern, Batman, Blue Beetle, Black Spider. But Green Lantern, Blue Beetle, and Batman, those are people that Flash knows, but hasn't technically fight. Like, Batman and Flash Spider-Man can technically be considered a more powerful version of Batman. Most of the time, Flash fights Batman, it's Batman with prep. This is a Spider-Man with no prep, who's very powerful. Flash has never fought somebody like Spider-Man, who's so fast, he essentially looks like a blur. Or is so strong, he can, lift collapsing buildings, or survive games. Maybe Flash has fought somebody who has similar durability with Spider-Man, but he's never fought somebody with the same power sets or powers as Spider-Man. The closest you could say is Trickster, but no, not really. So who wins this fight? Like I said, I'm going to go with Spider-Man 10 times out of 10. He's going to instantly curb stomp the Flash. The Flash, I just see Spider-Man having too much make fun with this fight. You could say that could distract him, but in actuality, it has helped him in fights when you just piss off your villains so much to a point they just can't take it, and because of the annoyance, they get easily beaten. I think that's gonna be the same problem with the Flash, is that Spider-Man's gonna be making fun of him so long to a point where Barry's gonna get tired, and that's gonna cause him to fight. So overall, in my opinion, Spider-Man wins. But what do y'all think? I would love your thoughts. This is certainly a controversial one, but and I would like to hear who you think wins this final review. If you think Spider-Man wins, tell me why. And if you think The Flash wins, please also tell me why. And as always, I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.